no different here this morning than Brother Brandon and Brother Chris. I serve the same God they do.
That's right.
You know, and this world is known many gods. Many of them not being real gods, but this world has known many gods, and this world still worships many gods. You know, I couldn't help but think there was I guess with all the media craze and all the crazy things going on in this world, there's a video that went viral a few years back. I think it was Oprah talking about the different ways that people use to get to their salvation, get to where they want to go. She's talking to Christian people and saying there's many ways to get to where you're wanting to get to, and you know there's a lot of people no doubt in this world that believe that.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm tolerant. We're all tolerant to an extent, but when it comes to that right there's no tolerance. I don't need you telling my children that there's another way other than Jesus Christ to get to where we want to go, because it's not true. You know, for the longest time I thought the gods of the pagans in the Bible and in history, I thought they were all gone, but then I've met people who proclaim to be pagans, and this stuff still exists, and you know, it worries me, brethren, because if you're going to have someone come tell my family, tell my friends that there's another way to salvation, Zen, all the different words they want to use for it now, that there's another way other than Jesus Christ, that worries me, and it seems like my job isn't done, and I've got a long way to go, brethren. Listen to me today, you know, I don't serve that cinematic God that the people of this world serves. I don't serve the God that is wrathful in the way that they try to portray it. You see so many people in this world, they like to question it. Well, where's the burning bush at now? Listen, why does the earth get flooded now and wipe out everything since it's so bad? Listen, you know, they'll ask, why do you not have a God giving a man power to separate the waters? Where's those miracles of your Bible? They have no problem looking in the Bible and saying, well, all these places are real. Even these battles, we can put dates on them, we can put record to them. But there's stuff that your book says that we just can't believe. Where is the miracle workers today? Why isn't there a man walking around now that the Lord will bless to be able to touch people and heal them, to give sight to a blind man? Listen, to take an affliction of blood away from a woman. Listen, where is that now? We see if my Lord, if my God gave man that power, we wouldn't be sitting here this morning, because my heart would have twisted my mind, and I'd be sitting at the top of this hospital charging people just to touch my hand. That's the way that men work today. You ever look on TV now? A man can go up on those channels and he pushes somebody on the head and they fall back and they flop around, and the money just comes pouring in, brother. Sometimes you gotta really wonder about things like that. You see, I wonder why, when you think about sicknesses in this world, it's all a time thing. When you get sick, if you've got a virus, it takes time for it to run its course. But listen, if you've got a cancer in this world, it takes time to take you out of this world. I've seen videos of people where they've got cancer, they get touched and they fall back, and no doubt later on down the road they die, but it took time to push them down. They were no better off from the time they touched their head to the time they hit that ground, because time was still moving on. Listen, my Lord has known, Brother Brandon said, my Lord knows what He's doing. My Lord has always known what He's doing. Way before I ever was breathed a little bit of air into my lungs here in this world, before I was even formed into this world, my Lord has known what He's doing from the beginning of time. Listen, look look at this world here. Look at those diseases out there. We're always finding a cure. Why are those things there? You know, I seen it's been awful cold. I seen that a man died on his front porch in Ohio. He froze to death. He had no reason. He had heat inside his house. He had everything he needed to survive, but he froze to death on his front porch. That is humankind here today. We're not even smart enough to realize there's warmth on the inside. We'll sit outside and freeze to death. So you're telling me for the thousands of years we've just survived, and look at the technology, the things we have now, where we didn't have those things back then, and we have survived. There's been guidance from the start. Listen, ever since He created man, we wouldn't have made it this far without God intervening just a little bit. And you want to wonder why we don't see the things of the Bible now. Listen, because listen what He did. He came along and He spread influence. Think about Israel. Israel was awful protected there, brethren. The cities of Israel, they were protected. Men were born and raised and lived and died in Israel. Listen, all throughout the Old Testament, and kept Israel intact. Many times they had to fight back for Israel. But listen to me, a little bit of time passed, and they had to fight, and they had to keep doing the thing. You know, the people in those days, they've got records of them too, but not their God on their side. They might say they had a little bit of faith, but they didn't say anything about a God on their side. But there was a baby born in their lands. Listen, my Lord knew what He was doing from the moment that He formed this earth, and the moment He was protecting Israel, because there was someone coming in this world in innocence, but not only in innocence, being born to a virgin woman. No, there was a baby born into this world that they had to lay in a manger in humility. Listen, in humility, brother. When I was born, I'm no king here today. I'm not even worthy to be standing up here. But when I was born to this world, they wrapped me in a nice warm blanket, and they had me in a nice little hospital. I had all the health care and all that I needed there. Food, if I wouldn't take to the food on my own, they had everything I needed. But my God that I'm serving up here today took on the flesh and came into this world and laid in a little manger, brother. Listen, I'm not worthy here today to be standing up here. I'm not worthy for my next breath because I've done nothing to deserve it, brother. Where's all those miracles now? Those miracles went up on the cross. Listen, we don't need those things anymore, because everything we ever needed spread its arms out and died upon a cross. We don't need the supernatural anymore. We don't need to see it, brother. We see it every day. If you open your eyes, my Lord hasn't left. And if you want that cinematic God, you have no idea what you're talking about. When you watch TV and you watch the movies, they like to portray God as wrathful and confused and stupid. No, my Lord has always known what He's doing. And my Lord is a God of love and mercy. If you want that cinematic version, we'd all be dead. Listen, and you know what? I'm so thankful here today. Just like Brother Brandon said, he said when he denied the Lord, he didn't come back with Him on vengeance. Listen, if he would have, Brandon wouldn't be here today. If my God wanted to send His armies here today to challenge the armies of this world, there would be no armies left. My Lord has been merciful. He's not hateful here today, and He loves every single person in this world. And He has gave you the chance here today to be able to reach out and touch the hem of His garment, to reach out and to make yourself whole. But listen, He also gave you free will, and you're going to have to use that. Amen. It's not confusing here today. He's always known what He's doing. Amen. And not just for what He did to bring Jesus into this world. No. I believe that for the longest time He's known about me. and that He's known about you,
Amen.
and known about everybody in this room. And if you don't believe it, just walk in my shoes for a little bit and you'll believe it.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking, get you the song ready, I'll get out of the way.
Preach. Preach.
You'll know, I mean, you're pretty good at knowing when. I was thinking about yesterday, and, you know, yesterday would have been a good day probably no matter what, because, you know, we were all going to get together last night and have fun, but, you know, maybe my Lord at one time was, and Brother Chris talked about it earlier, talking about how good Brandy was with that lady, and she must be a real good hospice worker, and I seen it yesterday too. No doubt she makes those elderly and sick people feel good about themselves and feel good. She was hugging on her, and the woman took to her like she was probably like she was her daughter. It was pretty to see. But do you ever think that maybe at one time my Lord thought she would be good at taking care of the old saints? Did you ever think that maybe this woman, you see, we had the laws of God in place there, and we had different interpretations for everything, and men took, and that's why we've got different denominations, and we've got all these different things. This woman sat there and told us that she had left her husband, divorced her husband because he cheated on her, and that the primitive Baptist she was with, that they came to her and said she needed to apologize to the church for what she had done. What did she do? She didn't do anything.
That's right.
Oh, well, who are we to say something like that? We take these laws and we try to interpret them, and we try to lay burdens on other people. Listen, you know, there's no doubt in my mind that all they did was burden this woman by telling her she had to do that. How could she go back to that church? Now she had to leave everything she loved there and probably go to a different church. And now look at her here today, can't walk, can't hardly breathe well on her own. We had to come to her. And you know, yesterday we could have had a great day just meeting together at my house at 6 for a little party. But when we got there, we had something new to talk about. We were blessed before we got there. We got to enjoy ourselves before we even got there, brother. And no doubt in my mind that this woman, she was awful, felt awful blessed to be able to hear those songs again, to be able to have Jeremy get down and hold prayer for her. But oh my God, in this world, listen, I was more blessed than I would have been if I'd have stayed at home. My Lord, not only did He give Brandy that opportunity, no, she gave us that opportunity by setting up a time just to go meet with an old lady at her home. We didn't have to get together at 6 o'clock last night. Listen, my day had been made from the moment that Jeremy got off his knees from saying that prayer for that lady. We're too blessed in this world. No, listen, we didn't deserve a thing yesterday. Listen, I got to eat cake last night. I got to eat cupcakes. I got to do things that this world would love to do. But you know what? Nothing meant more to me than singing for the little old woman laying in the house. This world can keep all its pretty things. It can keep all its tasty things. Listen, I've got Jesus Christ here today, and He is the only way. There is no other. Why do they have to create so many gods for so many different things? Why did the pagans have to bring all these different gods to take over little sectors of this world? Because they can't understand that there is a God that sits on high, that all your little gods combined can't even, is not even worthy to even bow down at His feet. Because listen, my Lord, man, too good to me when I haven't deserved it. Brother Brandon said, you know, I get condemned, I guess, listening to you guys more than anything. Maybe not as much as Larry. I think he might have been older. But Brother Brandon said when I was 16, and I hear him say this a lot, he said when I was 16 years old and how he found the Lord, I had no idea who he was at 16. I'm so undeserving to come after you.
Heard about it.
I heard about it. I didn't believe in it.
Didn't know it.
And at 16 years old, I was doing things that a 21, 22-year-old shouldn't have been doing. I had no intention of doing anything up here. I had no intention of singing one of these songs. You know, I've seen these songbooks my whole life, and I thought these were the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
And I thought that the words in here, that they couldn't do anything. I knew what music was. I loved music. But you know what? Now everywhere I go, my car, there's one in there. There's one in my office at work. Listen, I had hold of one yesterday on a Saturday. I wasn't even in church. And you know what? I can sing and sing all day long. And you know those old songs that I used to love, I don't feel a thing anymore when I sing them, but I can pick up, and you know the people who wrote these songs, they wasn't educated, no doubt most of them had never seen music written in their life, they don't even know what a staff is, they don't know what any of these notes are, they don't know anything about what music is in this world, but they can take just a few words about Jesus Christ and about my Lord, and they can just make them rhyme line after line. When we sing them, it'll break our hearts. Because the Lord is in this right here. We can sing, we can preach, we can pray all day. But if our hearts, if Israel, and here's where Israel is today, if Israel is not with you, if my God is not inside of you, listen, then this right here don't mean anything. Get you the song and get me out of the way. The church doors here today are open, and if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, let me tell you, this is the place to be. This is where when the world rejects you, you can find refuge. You can find refuge in a man named Jesus Christ. That's the only way that you're going to find refuge in this world. And let me tell you, like Brother Brandon said, there was times he denied the Lord and there was no vengeance placed upon him. And you know what? When Brandon finally answered the knock, when he finally opened the door, my Lord, he wasn't gone. There wasn't like there was no one to be seen. He was right there, probably smiling, waiting on that boy, that 16-year-old boy to open those doors. And when I finally gave my life over, I've denied him more times than I can count. When I opened the door, he was ready to sing my song.
Hallelujah to the King. I'll cry with a joyful sound, Lord. Here I